Professor Francesco is a visionary and facilitator who has been at the forefront of driving digital transformation in organizations since 1990s, leveraging extensive technological expertise with nearly 30 years of global experience in sales, strategic planning, and business development, spanning various industries including major players in the global information technology, finance, media, and mobile operator sectors. Constantly driven by a passion for learning and sharing knowledge, always willing to adopt and educate. A skilled organizer and team player, renowned for identifying and capitalizing on emerging business opportunities. Possesses in-depth knowledge of potential new products and services, both from a business and technological perspective. Excels as an empathetic storyteller, captivating audiences in keynote speeches and academic institutions, instilling a hunger for knowledge that resonates with the essence of our world and its continual improvement. A visionary who constantly seeks metaphors and paradigms, exploring the depths of our existence. He is passionate about the practical applications of science in our everyday lives, with a keen interest in music, arts, painting, and various forms of human expression. He offers valuable advisory services to investors and multinational companies venturing into a new geographic markets, including Europe, USA, and Africa. He actively collaborates with the United States in efforts to uplift developing countries. Additionally, he holds roles as an independent journalist, sought after keynote speaker at international events, columnist, and esteemed university lecturer. Please join me in welcoming our plenary speaker, Professor Francesco Iarlori.
Okay, thank you, Kiran, for the introduction. I'm just set up my screen, try to share, and there it is. Let me start the presentation here. Okay, I hope I need to remove. Okay, I hope you see something, hopefully. Okay. Okay, good morning. Before I begin, I want to extend also my gratitude to each of you to be here today. Thank you for taking time out for your busy Sunday and join me in this presentation. We embark in this journey a presentation that I will hope it will be insightful and rewarding for us all. And I will speak about the evolution of human and interact human evolution with technology and what this means for us a human and also for technology, which could be the benefit that I hope for technology. So we start with the caveman and to arrive to chatbot. It's a long path, but we will try to see it in 20 minutes, half an hour maximum. So we will start. So the first thing I would like to discuss with you is a Bevarina fish trap. Bevarina is a technology for peace made by Aborigines in Australian. They had a problem that every people at that time has. There was 40,000 years ago, and they need to eat. They need to look for food, and the very easy food to take was the fish. There was a river there, and let me see if you can see also my mouse. There is a river that's floating around, and the idea was not to take all the fish or every fish, but only the fish that it's enough big, and at the end of their production, they chilled production, by the way, so they can reproduce themselves. So the idea is that they make a sort of trap there. All the trap was a different height. That means that the big fish can remain in this kind of gulf, let me say, made by stones, and the other one flow away. So the idea is that you can capture the fish, but only the fish that is useful for food enough, and also cannot be very, very young, because the young people that are smaller, they flow away and go up. So this bevarina, it's an idea many years ago in Australia, in East Australia, to make this in New South Wales, close to Queensland border. Was created by the indigenous people, but the idea is to have something sustainable, and the food need to be gathered for cooperation between also nature. This is the photo. If you are in that area, that is what did remain about the bevarina fish trap. You can see also the fish that coming from the right to the left, and you can see the trap that is different type. Same thing for fish, same thing for trap, is something around Europe, precisely in Italy, and more precisely to Apulia. The name of this trap is Trabucco or Trabucchi. It's a traditional wooden fishing platform that you can see along the Adriatic Sea. And the idea was by Phoenician, made from Middle East, that arrived in the coast of Italy, from the east coast of Italy. And they, like the Aborigine, understood something to cut the fish. And there is a net here that you can put down on the sea, but not close to the beach, close to the start of the land, but very, very away from the land, where the sea is deeper, and also the fish is big, because small fish close go in a high deep sea. And you can see here in this place, there is a lot of these things of Trabucco, but the idea is that don't take the small fish, but take also only big fish in a specific places. This is also put in a specific place of the earth, where the flow of the sea go from southeast to northwest. And you can see in the next figure that is in a very high place of the sea, where you can put this, and you cannot put in another place. So the idea is that using technology to create something. So I'm not speaking about rock or traps. It's supposed to be about technology, but the idea is that how to use the technology. So we have technology knowledge, but we have also cultural knowledge. So what we can eat, what we cannot eat, depending by the religion, by a lot of things. And we have an ecological knowledge that if we catch and if you eat all the food, also all the female of the male, probably there is no food anymore. So it's a combination of technical, cultural, and ecological knowledge to create good things for humans. This is the best invention that I would like to recap for you, but just an idea that we start from simple things like fire, wheel, nail, optical lens, and then we arrive at to something very close to our days, like paper, printing press, electricity, and steam engine. It's clear that the cultural arrived from Middle East and the North Africa, where I go for United Nations many times, from China, compass and paper and gunpowder, and also for east part of Europe, like Germany, Poland, and at the end of the day, steam engine, Scotland. We will see also the invention at the end of this presentation of 20th century and 21st century that has a pretty different geographic concentration. So why it's important, the invention for people, for human? First, it's it is a way to control stuff. Let me say, we can use fire, and if we are able to control fire, we can cook food, and we can also stay warm, protect themselves from predator, and leading to social and cognitive development. That means control the fire, like control the technology. Agricultural revolution, it's the time when nomadic people transform to settled society, leading to population growth and complex civilization. Printing press enable mass communication and spread knowledge. That is most important, how to create a knowledge that could be spread all around, and also sparking renaissance and scientific evolution. Industrial revolution made possible the transition through mechanized product to transform economy and society globally. Digital revolution is clear. Introduction of the computer, internet revolutionized the information access and communication, and AI transforming industry, healthcare, and everyday life. So technology in different aspects of our life. In agricultural, of course, we can improve irrigation systems, plow. We can also make GMO, genetically modified crops, and also we can transform the food production, and we can have mass production without any predator or insect or any kind that can produce less. So we can improve our production of agricultural things. Medical technology, it's the most important things where we can develop a vaccine. We have for sure here Dana that can speak about this a lot of time, but of course medical imaging, robotic surgery can improve healthcare for sure, and also transportation. For starting from the invention like the wheel, the steam engine, and modern electrical vehicles, we can revolutionize how we move and transport goods around city, around nation, around continent. Communication technology, of course, starting from telegraph and telephone, we invented smartphone and so forth, and with the energy like steam engine, electricity, or renewable energy, we can power our world. So from literacy human making life to the sophisticated algorithm, today artificial intelligence is not just a story of machine, but a story of human ingenuity, evolution, and our eternal drive to understand and shape the world around us. The idea, of course, is started in prehistorical time. The brain evolved to handle survival, problem solving, and eventually storytelling, because we see a lot of rough and raw on the cover. This is the root of intelligence, biological, not artificial, but the inspiration was born. Around the 10,000 before Christ, humans shifted from nomadic to settled life, as we see before, farming, food storage, and also domestic and required planning, cooperation, and memory. All precursor to systematic thinking. Hierarchy and community emerged, and we started to tracking time, weather, and resources. The first data that was able to see. The rise of civilization, we discussed about writing and wheel as one of the most important invention before, and we revolutionized how we store it and share knowledge. From cuneiform tablet to alphabet, we externalized the memory, the wheel, the math. It's funny to understand that wheel was not invented for transportation at the start, but the earliest wheel were part of pottery wheels used on ceramic and to shape clay ceramic just to create pottery, not to use for transportation. By the way, the first one, no wheel was invented for this reason in Mesopotamia, and more than 3,000 years before Christ. The first revolution is industrial revolution that we can claim as it is, and was around the 18th century. We started to see steam engine, factory automation, and reshape labor and productivity. Human is able to build machine and to make not physical work, because physical work may started to be made by machines. In the digital age that was born during the war, we remember Enigma, also from Alan Turing that laid the foundation of modern computer science. And ENIAC was the first electronic computer for general purpose, even if before there was Enigma for decrypting German and Nazi code. But in the picture there is Colossus. Colossus was a set of computer developed by Codebreaker in between 43 and 45 to help cryptanalysts to of the Lawrence cipher. Colossus was not using chip or transistors, but used thermionic valves that vacuum tubes. Internet revolution started to go, and with the internet we did just compute, we connect. Information moved at light speed, and the search engine is able to understand everything happening in the world. In the picture there is IoT that you can connect anything in reality on the road, on the houses, and in the city, sorry, with something in the cloud, and so forth. This is the advent of AI and the early beginning. We can see that we started in roughly 1642. Then there was the imitation game and the imitation machine that they say Turing said that if you have something that answers as a human, probably could be a human, and if you cannot realize, probably this is something that has intelligence and smartness as a human. But there was a long path of history, and we see all things there. It's funny that understand the first area of AI is when IBM was the fifth championship of US game show. Then there was chess again, and the second year evolution of AI was AlphaGo that beat professional Go player Lee Sedol in 2016. And then most university and the company use the technology. This is a comparison between human evolution and AI. AI exists. I made some. Okay, probably it's not AI, but it's thinking before, where you can see primate science foundation also in Aristotle law in Greek, and the syllogism by Socrates, and the idea of reasoning or something that is able to make syllogism. It's very old, but of course the AI coined by that conference was in 1956. Then there was Expo System that where I worked in late 90s, and that was the idea to use symbolic and real system and specific programming language like Lisp or Prolog to implement AI. And then we will see nowadays that we have models to make this. The idea is what Raffaello painted in School of Athens, that was in Rome, where they say that the philosophy that is one of 4 branches of knowledge depicted in this picture, and the other was theology, poetry, and law discussing together. This most well-known people in 20th century, and this is the invention of 20th century. As you can see, there is a lot of things connected to technology that happened in 19th century and 20th century. You can see telephone, vaccination, cars, and plane, penicillin, rockets, all this kind of stuff. It's about technology made by electronics. And as you can see, a lot of things is made on USA. It's and also in West Europe, like France and Scotland. The only thing that I made 2 country there because the internet or the web has been invented in US due to, again, a reason of war, just because the Soviets sent to Laika on the moon, so they are able first to send some live species on the moon and to make some other new innovation in the US. They invented using DOD and DARPA system, the internet, because of there was Cold War, and they tried to understand who was most power country of a nation in the world. And then in Switzerland, the CERN invented the WWW. That is the basis. In this century where we live at the moment, you can see that all the technology, there is no computer, no technology, no chip, but all this invention use the internet, the previous invention, the connector, the connection. But of course, it's not related technology. It's related to how to improve the life of the people. This is the evolution of AI. Of course, we started to have symbolic AI, as we showed the four, logic basic, and the expert system was one of the systems also represented at the time. There was a big shift from hard coding to training because they have some data, and then there was a lot of data, and we started to make a deep learning using model that will be trained by data, the large amount of data, and we can use neural networks to make a lot of things and specialize the model, like convolutional neural network for image classification. And we saw the born of a system like Siri, Alexa, and self-driving car. But now today we have a massive general purpose models that has been trained with a lot of data, like internet scale, all the internet data, all the books that is able to be represented as a model. And then we have model like GPT, BERT, and Claude, and also forth, that is able to comprehend the text, generate text, and translate code writing and the reasoning also. What AI can do now, it's classification and regression, and I don't want to go deep in technical, but this is the slide. You can see what AI is able to see. And with the typology of the model and the usage of that model, we can see CNN, that it's more for image recognition and Bayesian task. We have a sequential time series data that we can use for. So model that we can use is RNN. And of course, the most people interact with Transformer. Transformer is able to predict the new word in a sentence, and also predict all the sentences, that it can complete the sentence, and we can also start the sentence from scratch. It depends by how the transformer has been programmed. Of course, we have a GPT, BERT, T5, BART, Claude, and Gemini, that they are all model, and ChatGPT is a derivation of GPT model. We have diffusion and hybrid model. This is most well-known model, and we can see what we can do with that model in terms of encoding or decoding casual or masked language test. And that's in short the application and the impact of AI nowadays. We have company factories that produce the building block, the brick, or the hardware, let me say, chips, and the network community devices. We can also use company that produce energy, because AI has a lot of energy requirement. We can put there in data centers. Equinix and Vantage are developer of data center. We need energy. There is company that produce and manage energy. It's not the total, it's just a couple of example. And also cooling, because data center consume a lot of energy, but also eat a lot, and also semiconductor that use it to create chips. And then there is apart the other, we have software infrastructure that produce model that they sell on the market, and company that use data center to produce cloud system. and also data infrastructure, because there is no anymore data warehouse. The new term is data lake, but there is a lot of data coming from a lot of sources that need to be merged to create enterprise application or app application or vertical application. I don't know if it is readable, but let me see. I zoom just a one if I'm able to. I don't think I am able to. Yes, there is a lot of challenge. There is social, technical, environmental, economic challenge, and political, scientific challenge and opportunity. But the idea is that AI could revolutionize education, science, and creativity, but also create a lot of deepen inequality and bias. So we must ask each other, who control AI? How do we align it with human values? And the journey from the caveman to AI is not over, but it is just in its beginning. Let me see if I can go back to see. Again, if we see the history as the first thing that has been invented, as we see before, before Christ, and that we have the born of Christ here, and all the technology has been invented since starting for 1400 to 2000. All this kind of invention. Before there was nothing, and this is not clear because there is something that unfortunately happened during all this journey that was war, because the most thing that the human made it was not only invention, innovation, but also war. This is the first of two. I finish 5 minutes. Yeah. Hello, Kiran. I know.
Yeah,
By the
proceed.
way, yeah, it's a couple of days. The slides. This is
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
okay. This is the 102 map that I would like to show. The first map is this. Okay, I have a problem with my mouse. It is in 99 how the Silicon Valley was. There was a lot of company working together with a lot. This is 101, this area, and this is the 280 interstate, and we can see a lot of company and picture that working together to produce something that could be internet, but could be also other stuff. And I work in a couple of company there from 96 to 99 to Sun Microsystem or Oracle. But the idea that they work it together to create something together again for the humanity, for the world. But what you can see now, and what the history suggests, that there is in 3000 more of human history. Humans have been at peace only 300 years of them. In other words, war is not an anomaly, but is the norm. And this is the picture that I take yesterday from a site where we can see all the conflict that is running today. But if, as you can see from the picture from Ukraine, Gaza, Sudan, Myanmar, there is a countless places where war is disrupting life, uproot community, and fracture nation. This conflict is often fueled by toxic mix of political power struggle, historical governance, and economic inequality, and deep-rooted ethnic and religious division, were often arise not from necessity, but for failure of empathize, to compromise, to listen, and to see others as human. So my last remark is technology itself is a natural. It reflects the value of the people who design and use it. It can isolate or unite, oppress or empower, destroy or heal. The real question is, what kind of future do we want to build using AI? That's the end of my presentation. I finish. I don't think there is any question. Any
Congratulations, Francesco, for most interesting presentation. I really enjoyed very, very much. Wonderful. And let's hope that AI can help finish some wars, and or most of them. Let's hope that
Yes,
AI will
hopefully.
help finish. I've been to Africa. I've been to Congo twice, and I tell you, that country really need to have some peace. Really, the sweet people. And I've been also to Uganda, and I met people from Rwanda, right in the north, where is the problem now
Yeah.
between Uganda, Rwanda, and Congo. And oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, what I did in my effort to really, I asked an ambassador from Congo, and he gave me whatever he thinks, and all what solution he proposed, I send it to Trump. So let's see.
Yes. It's a real peacekeeper. Okay.
We pray, we pray,
War
we
stopper. It's
pray.
a war stopper. Yeah. Okay.
Any questions, everybody?
I have no question, but I just wanted to congratulate with him because it was very interesting, to see how the evolution goes from the history of humankind, because it analyzes the whole course of what intelligence is. So I really enjoyed what you did, and congratulations. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Antonio. I didn't go in deep on technology because I think that we need to speak also about which future, probably because my age, but the idea is that thinking about what's happening it's what happening next after what happening in the past. We need to learn about history to create better things for us and for the future generation.
100%, and thank you again.
I hope you can come on the 10th of October, 12th of October, here to New York. And let's organize an AI meeting on the 12th of October here in New York. Why on the 12th of October? Because I book a hallway with for a party. So we'll have a gala dinner and everything, because on the 13th is my birthday.
Okay. Happy birthday from now.
So I suggest you can come on the 12th of October. That would be a date as for our discussion before your lecture. And let's hope that AI will do some good for reinventing society and not some fake, deep fake.
Yeah.
That we know was used by
Propaganda, yeah, so it's a lot.
Deep fake. So let's hope that will be used just for very, very good and peace. Thank you so much, Francesco.
Thank you.
We will go now to the next speaker. We invite Michael Barian. And if you please, Kiran, have the